What's the crack? Today I'm in Cleethorpes, northeast Lincolnshire, because in the past few years this town was named the most rundown and one of the worst seaside towns in the country due to its declining tourist numbers and struggles with pollution and sewage. But has the tide turned? Millions of pounds have been pumped into this resort. There's a pier, wee funfair on the beach, and everything you'd expect from a British seaside resort. So let's go and take a look. So we're starting our walk along the coastal path towards Cleethorpes town. In fact, you can walk as far as Mablethorpe in the other direction. But did you know the world revolves around Cleethorpes? Well, sort of. Just down here, there's a marker that shows the exact point of the Greenwich Meridian line, meaning this is where time itself officially begins. And this is really interesting. You can see how far you're away from the North Pole, 2,500 miles, New York, 3,400 miles away. Check out these cute wee beach huts. They look like they've seen better days. I imagine in the olden days these would all be opened up and locals can actually rent them out for a day. So if you want a day out and a picnic with sea views, this might be your dream staycation. And I can see some building work going on at one of the huts. So it's a lovely crisp sunny spring day. The temperature's about 16 degrees and there's lots of people out walking their dogs. It's actually pretty busy along this stretch of the beach. There's even a wee cafe nearby if you fancy a coffee or an ice cream or just want to sit and enjoy the sun. Such a nice wee place to sup off while you're out for a long walk. I did see a sign saying the stretch of the Humber Estuary was confirmed as the third biggest wildlife site in the UK. And on the other side of the coastal path, you've got a boating lake. There aren't any boats today, but you can rent out a canoe or kayak for only £7 per person. I'll post the link to the Facebook page in the description of this video if maybe that's something you'd like to do when you visit Cleethorpes. Now, if you really want to soak up that seaside charm, hop aboard the Cleethorpes Coastal Light Railway. It's one of Britain's oldest miniature railways, running since 1948, and honestly, it's adorable. It stretches about 2 miles along the coast, from Cleethorpes Kingsway Station to Lakeside. And if the miniature railway isn't your thing, you might want to take a ride on the road train. It's definitely a nostalgic way to cruise along the seafront here in Cleethorpes. This colourful wee land train runs from just outside Cleethorpes Pier all the way down to Kingsway Station, right by the leisure centre. Convenient if you're planning to hop on the Coast Light Railway next. You get lovely views of the beach, the gardens and everything in between without having to do all the walking. If you've been coming to Cleethorpes for years, you'll know these are pretty iconic along Kingsway, and there's even a deck chair. Let me know in the comments if you have any memories of coming to Cleethorpes as a child, or maybe you think I should visit your favourite seaside resort. Let me know in the comments section below. We're going up to Ross Castle in just a moment, but you might just be able to see Cleethorpes' new RNLI station in the distance. That's due to be completed very soon, ready for the summer season. The tide's out at the minute, so it's perfect if you want to go down onto the beach. If you've been to Cleethorpes before, you'll know the sand here is soft and golden, perfect for making sandcastles. We might actually go down to the beach in a minute. Julie's Ice Cream and Donuts. This has been here for as long as I can remember. But just behind Julie's, it looks like they're painting a mural, celebrating Cleethorpes' deep-rooted connections with tourism. So that's Ross Castle. Let's head into the Pier Gardens, and I think there used to be a maze here, but we'll check that out in just a minute. So this was built in 1883. You'd think this castle were the remains of the town's medieval defences, but was actually built very recently. In fact, the castle was built by the local railway company, and it was designed as a mock ruin, possibly to draw visitors as seaside holidays grew in popularity during the Victorian era. But check this out. When you climb to the top, you get an amazing bird's eye view over Cleethorpes seafront and pier, and views over the Humber estuary. On the day of filming, it was quite hazy out to sea, but from up here you can see how big the beach is here in Cleethorpes. Even though it's a mock castle ruins, they've stood longer than many of the buildings and monuments that surround it. This is where the maze used to be, but I think everyone was cutting through the hedge and cheating, so the council just concreted it over. Let me know if you know if there are any plans to replace the maze, or is it just being left? I know the council has spent millions or is planning on spending millions regenerating Cleethorpes. But let me know in the comments if you know. So what I love about Cleethorpes is very little has changed in the town, and it still holds some of its Victorian charm, as you'll see when we're walking through the town and seafront. I was hoping to show you the waterfall here on the central promenade, but it's unfortunately being drained. I know the council did have issues with kids pouring foam into the waterfall, so hopefully it will be back up and running again soon. So it's early season, but there are still some people out getting an ice cream and enjoying the great weather we're having in the UK at the minute. 4 donuts for £3. Is that a good price? Let me know in the comments. And if you're a regular to Cleethorpes, tell me where I could get the best donuts. I love the theming on this adventure golf. It's one of 3 crazy golf parks in Cleethorpes. Like most seaside resorts, the amusements are open. It's currently midweek, so some places are closed, but me and my partner were in Cleethorpes at the weekend without vlogging, and most if not all the shops were open. If you've been to Cleethorpes, you might have seen Papa's has popped up on the pier. It's actually the biggest fish and chip restaurant in the UK. There's not really much else on the pier except for Papa's restaurant. Let me know in the comments, have you tried Papa's? What did you think? I've only ever tried the Papa's in Blackpool and I wasn't too impressed. But this Papa's looks very popular, and there's outside seating so you can enjoy the view along with your fish supper. They do say fish and chips always taste better at the seaside. Since I've been coming here as a kid, the signage hasn't changed. Red and white, very retro. McDonald's Ice and Cleethorpes Rock. Obviously, like most places, it looks run down when the shutters are down, but this is only the start of the season. All the larger amusements are open. We'll take a walk over that side of the road in a minute, and it looks like they're doing some work on the Mermaid Chippy. And I can just see the funfair in the distance. It's been on Cleethorpes Beach for decades. There's normally donkey rides on the beach here in Cleethorpes, but it looks like it's too early in the season. If you're coming to Cleethorpes by train, this is where you'll get off and check out this view. I don't think there's many seaside resorts that have direct access from the train to the beach. Lots of these businesses getting ready to open for Easter, the first big holiday of 2025. The slippery snake slide is looking a bit grubby and some birds have moved in. It's about 10 to 1 on a Thursday, so these businesses only open during the weekend on the off season. And if you are visiting Cleethorpes, you might be staying in a caravan at Haven Holiday Park. If you want to see what the holiday park is like, I've done a full park tour on the channel, and a Wetherspoons pub has recently opened on the site as well. Click the link in the description of this video to watch that. So lots of work being carried out on the old Mermaid Fish and Chip restaurant. This restaurant has been on the seafront here in Cleethorpes since 1874, and I've just been speaking to some of the builders here and they've said they're aiming for summer 2025 to reopen. So if you come to Cleethorpes in the summer, come back and let me know in the comments if it's reopened, or if it's still closed, let me know in the comments. What I love about Cleethorpes, most of these traditional amusements have retro games in them. Let's take a look.
Don't mean to, she'll still...
And if you're going to be driving to Cleethorpes, Parking on the promenade here is £3.50 for up to 2 hours and free if you're a blue badge holder. Arnold Palmer Mini Golf, is that the same owner as the one in Southend? I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. So I did say the council is pumping millions into Cleethorpes, and it looks like nearly 18.5 million is being spent, so they are trying to make the area better for tourists visiting the resort. On my right here is Empire Building. It's actually a pretty historic building here in Cleethorpes. During the Victorian era, there would have been performances in the theatre and visitors would be charged about 30p in today's money to watch. More recently, the venue has been used as a cinema and a bingo hall. But back in the day, you would have maybe seen huge stars like Molly Sugden, comedy magician Tommy Cooper, Julie Andrews and even Bruce Forsyth. Today, the ground floor is an Amusements. Let's take a look inside. So that was Cleethorpes. What did you think of it? Tell me in the comments. Let me know if you have any memories of coming down to Cleethorpes as a child, and let me know where you think I should visit next. Thank you as always to the Walk with Neve channel members and Buy Me a Coffee supporters on screen now, and I'll see you on the next one.